Welcome to Exclude Permissions. You should know this by now. Hey, I'm Eric, and so with version 21 of Business Central, we got Exclude Permissions. And then a lot of people, including myself, started trying this out, and it didn't work, which was really weird, and then back and forth, and what actually happened was that there was a bug. In 21.0 there was actually a bug that prevented anything from working, but 21.1 that was solved, but it still didn't work. But that was because I tested Exclude Permissions without really reading the fine print, and the fine print was that you cannot exclude from a wildcard. So permissions that included page 0, meaning all pages, you couldn't exclude a page. That got fixed in 21.3.4 thereabout. I know it was fixed in 21.4. So now Exclude Permissions just works. But now we're into 22, and I don't know what, but I still meet a lot of people, hear a lot of talk that this is not a really a well-known concept. So instead of doing AL programming that I usually would do here, I think I got a demo permissions. It has come to that. So let me share my screen. So on the right, I am logged in as Eric1. And on the left, I am logged in as another Eric, because you can never have too many Erics. And this one is the Eric that has the ability to edit permissions. And we can see here that Eric1 is a very typical user. He has a couple of add-ons, Advanced Cloud Security and SharePoint. And then he has the D365 Business Full Access. And sure, you know, I can go to the chart of accounts, but maybe that Eric should not go into the chart of accounts, but he should kind of do most of the other things that we can do with the full access, D365 BUS Full Access. We'll just call it full access, otherwise I'll never get through this video. And in the old days, we would copy this and start untangling, but that's not what we do anymore. So now we use Exclude Permissions. So I will go and I'll find permission sets. So the idea is that we leave whatever permissions that comes from Microsoft, all these fine things, we leave them alone. So whenever something new comes from Microsoft will edit this and add new objects and all that good stuff. And fine, our users will get that, but security will never be broken because suddenly users are missing something. So I'll create a new permission set. We'll call this video, or maybe let's call this YouTube demo. YouTube demo full. Why not? So this is a new permission set, and so let's add some permissions to that one. And sometimes you get this line up here, and it's not really there, so ignore that. But the first thing we want to do is that we want to include the one from, so we use include down here, and then we want to include the one from Microsoft that we want to exclude stuff from. So in this case, we want to include the D365 was it Business Full Access. This one. This is the one that we want to exclude stuff from. So now we can see that this is full. Everything that's in this permission set is included, but that's not what we wanted. We wanted that the other Eric, that guy, should not have access to chart of account. So I'll go up here and then I'll say exclude, In this case, I'm just going to exclude the page. And I know that this is page 16 because that's how we roll. And if I want to be thorough, I could exclude, I think it's page 17, not page 17, right? And maybe I also want to exclude page, I don't think actually 18 is the one I want to exclude because that's the account list. So that's still needed for users to look up GL accounts. But maybe 19 is the one, GL entries part. And then I want to exclude page 20. So now we can see if we go down to this part here, we can see that now this is partial. So this is no longer the full thing. So we have taken and included the one from Microsoft and said, okay, that's where we get everything from them. Then we extract these 4 pages. And let me close this one, and instead of, so I'm just gonna give myself the one called YouTube and then remove the full business here. So now we got, and maybe not. What did I do? What did I do? Let's delete it. And look up the one called YouTube demo. There we go. Ignore that this one is red right now. The permission set highlighted in red no longer exist. I don't think that is actually correct. Let's take a look. Search YouTube. It clearly exists. Okay, so with that in mind, let's hit Control F5 and reload this guy over here. Is it still red in here? No, it's not. Oh, that's weird. So now I am Eric1, so I will hit the search function and I will go chart of account. Oh wait, it's gone. This one is the report. So if I need to be thorough, I need to remove the report also, because there's probably also a report all. So I could go to permission sets and find the YouTube one. Click on permissions for that one and ask to exclude the report, which is called right now there's a bunch, right? But I'll just actually exclude the one called chart of accounts. So that one is excluded. If I close this one, I can't remember when. I need to refresh, but okay. But you see the principle here is that we took from what we got from Microsoft and then we just removed what we don't need. So way easier than it ever was in the old days if you needed to recreate what I just did. So that was on pages. But maybe we need to do something else. Maybe we also need to do this on data. So let's go back and say, okay, now I want to exclude table data 18, customer table. I don't want to exclude read permissions. No, that's not what I want to do. But I want to exclude insert, modify, and delete for the customer table. So I assume that I got access to the customer table on here, so now I am excluding everything but read. So instead of explicitly going in and giving only read access, I take away what I don't need. So exception handling, so to speak. And you know, your mileage may vary depending on what kind of how your setup is. That an additive process is better, but in many cases this is exactly what our customers are asking. Say, how can I like all the whole thing, but we need to have access removed from something. We see now new is gone, and I open a customer and I cannot edit and I cannot delete. For some reason the delete is actually the icon is working. That's kind of weird. I wonder if I click manage, delete is gone here. That has to be a boo-boo from Microsoft. Anyway, if anybody from Lyngby is watching, this one should probably not be clickable. But that's how you use Exclude Permissions, and it's really a powerful tool. And you can do this in multiple levels. So you can include this thing somewhere else in your hierarchy if you need to, but you have to do it. You have to create this this top level permission set that has this in it. This is included, this is excluded. Has to be on at some point meet up in a permission set. So you cannot do it on the user. That's not how it works. So you create this top level permission set, you include what you need, typically the Microsoft stuff, and then you exclude what you do not need, and then you're off to the races. So a rare non-developing development video here on the channel. I hope I did not offend too many developers. I actually think a lot of developers do not know how this works, and if you do, kudos to you. If you don't, now you do, and you can impress all your colleagues that you know how exclude permission sets are working. And then when you're ready to do some more AL hacking, check out this video, because that's a good one. I'll see you there. Take care. Bye.